A new event, Clash of Kings, Tempest Battle Royale, Tea Party. Dragon has prospered as a neutral nation. Of course, trade has played a big role in our prosperity, but what is the true reason why we are in such an in violation nation? We are an armed nation. Now let that world see that we are truly involatile, nation. It's about to begin. We are up against Tempest and the armed nation of Jargon. Head-to-head battle isn't the most sound strategy. Go trample them. And Thalion sound like they are in high spirits, but we won't be outdone, right? Let's do this. A little while ago, following the success of the Founders Festival, I managed to establish diplomatic relations with Socios dynasty Thalion. This connection led to even stronger ties with the armed nation of Jargon, whom we had already formed an alliance with. I'm really happy to have expanded Tempest diplomatic relations. And this event, the military drill between the three nations, is probably a result of this bond. Thank you for joining me for tea. I have heard from Gazelle that the tea brewed in Tempest is excellent. The tea is great, but I have also prepared some fine snacks as well. Thanks, King Gazelle of the armed nation of Jargon and the heavenly Emperor Elmiza of the Socios dynasty Thalion. They are both rulers of great nations in a normal circumstance. You wouldn't be able to casually invade them. What's the matter? Could it be that you're nervous? Not being formal with me, that's good. I'm a little nervous after all. This is basically a summit meeting between the nations. We are just having tea. This isn't a formal visit. Look at Lil Gazelle acting like a big boy. I'd rather you didn't call me that. It's better than I imagine. In fact, I'd come here every day just to have some. I'm glad you like it. What's your intent behind this informal meeting? There's no real intention. I just thought it would be nice if our three nations could strengthen our ties. Why don't we hold a joint military drill between our three nations? As leaders, we must take all possible precautions. The more allies a nation has, the more responsibility that comes with it. Is that so, plain dumb, Ari? No, not at all. Not only have you become a demon lord, but you have also just hosted your nation's opening festival. Even if you may not have intended it, the nations around you probably feel somewhat threatened. But I don't mean to pose any threats to the other nations. Even so, some nations may side with you, but others simply won't, and that's inevitable that the Eastern Empire will make their move at some point. You of all people should know why. I suppose it would be a friendly warning to the other nations. It would demonstrate how strong our bond between our three nations is. Nothing as really shown as a close bond between powerful nations. We'd end up revealing what we were capable of doing to the other nations. You don't have to look at so concerned for Demon Lord. You are very easy to read. Even though it's a military drill, Gazelle and I won't be showing you all of our cards. It's only a drill. Alright then, I'll accept your offer. Let's show everyone the strength of our three nations. How about we do a mock battle? A clash between all three nations? If we are going to do this, then it had better be productive. Aren't you curious too? You want to see Tempest's strength, right? I don't mind a bit of sparring, but if we seriously fight, accidents are bound to happen, and I'd like to avoid. I'd rather we did something that was more strategic and would keep the damage to a minimum. It'd be a way to showcase how we would be able to handle each other's strategies. And since it's a friendly game of strategy, let's not use our generals. You've got the general who showed great leadership in battle. That's the command of our let us leaders be the only ones who take command after all. I don't mind, and then it's decided. Now where's a good place to do mock battle? Consider how much space we need. I guess it would have to be our lane. Just so you know, I won't go easy on you. Prepare. It was decided also quickly, a joint military drill. I must confess that I was eavesdropping on your meeting. In that case, I have narrowed down some areas of potential revenues. Would you like to choose one of them? Thanks, I'll go visit. Understood, allow me to accompany. Declaration of war. Well, I guess this spot is the most suitable out of all of those. How marvelous of you to have chosen this site. But Diablo, this is often plagued by magical beasts like this one won't take in the way of our drill. For that exact reason, since it's a mock battle, I thought that it would be good to observe of how people adapt to unforeseen circumstances. I guess they are not too tough, so this place ought to do. I'm pretty busy organizing our troops, so I owe you one. One more thing, while you're at it, could you leave a message for Shuna? And the preparations for the joint military drill between the nations went steadily on the way. The day of the joint military drill. Our troops are seriously pumped. Those guys are just as hyped. I hope they haven't forgotten that this is just a drill. Took a long time to make them, but I hope they have received the gifts that I sent. Thanks for wearing it. It's wonderful. I appreciate this token of our friendship. This effort will respect my soldiers' morale. You have unwittingly made it tougher to beat us now. Oh no, that wasn't my intention. I shall repay your favor by defeating you. Taking this drill very seriously. Actually, this may be the kind of mindset required to be a ruler of a nation. Don't look so nervous. A king must always stand tall, or else everyone around you will become anxious. You have closed your eyes now, but earlier it was obvious that you were nervous. On the other hand, what about you? I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's review the rules before we get started. Take each other's territories, and the team that is with the most number of guarded posts captured when time's up is the winner. Is that agreeable? Those are the rules, and let me reiterate in the important matter. We have been blessed with great weather under this clear blue sky. I think this is the perfect stage for all of us to show off the skills that we have honed. But please remember, this is a friendly drill between the three nations. The injuries are bound to happen, but let's not try to hurt each other. Instead, we strive to inspire each other. I feel like she can see right through me. Let's make it a productive day for all of us. We shall meet again on the battlefield. This is the signal file. It's time to start the drill. We will now conduct the military drill between the nations. Begin marching. All for our heavily ample. Remember, we're only trying to take each other's posts, so I don't want any blood. You fling your opponents away as long as you're not trying to seriously harm them. What about monsters with claws? Are they allowed to use them? I guess we should ban claws. But wouldn't that put us at a disadvantage? That's true. What's more important than winning is having respect. Head into battle with some respect for your opponents. Let's get going. First off, let's capture the closest dragon post. Progress. At a Drogon post, keep on pushing. We can do this. Defend the post like your life depends on it. They are desperately pushing back, but we have got all the momentum. Let's blow them away. Remu's headquarters. I have news. We have successfully captured one of the Dragon posts. It was, after all, only a contest of pushing and shoving. I'm glad everyone's playing the rules well. By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you. How may I help you? You don't have to look so pleased about it. What's with this outfit? I thought I only had one made for each gazelle and Elminia. Thank you for asking. I heard you were preparing an outfit to give them as a token of friendship, and I just couldn't help myself from making one for me as well. After all, I had to prove that my love for you during this drill was as strong as the rulers of the other nations. I knew it. It was a lot to ask for of Lady Shuna. Yes, it's all for Great Rimu. May I ask why that would be? It's all for Great Rimu. Oh, my condolences, Shuna. Diablo, you're in for some scolding later. You don't know why? You seriously don't get it, do you? An urgent message? So Rimu's already made his moves. I'm well aware that Rimu and the officers are a force to be reckoned with, but I assume that our experienced troops would have the upper hand. I thought he still had a lot to learn as a ruler, but I guess he's gained a lot of experience. I will consider it a good thing that we are allies with a nation so powerful. Catch them off guard while they are celebrating to capture our post. I must inform you that Tempest has already captured one of the posts. It's quite possible that little Gazelle let Tempest make the move first. But things are developing faster than expected, and that was probably outside of his calculations. I can't imagine him just staying put. I ought to take advantage of this opportunity. Let chaos sway your minds. I have an urgent message. There have been casualties reported among both Dragon and Talion troops. As I said, there have been casualties. Let's dispatch a rescue team immediately. What caused the casualties? Some Tempest soldiers went berserk. Why would Tempest do such things like this? Wasn't it supposed to be a drill? Can't believe I made it crystal clear that we weren't going to cause any injuries. Was this supply by one of the other nations? There's no point in guessing. Sue, can you look into this? I want you to head to the site where our soldiers went berserk. If push comes to shove, seize them. What in the world is going on? Rise of loads. I've confirmed the situation. Let's see if there was indeed traces of fierce battle. It's hard to determine just yet, but seeing how the other nations are reacting. Why would Tempest do this? They tricked us by saying it was a drill. I knew we shouldn't have trusted the Demon Lord. Would it be okay if I dealt with them? I'd like to leave things to you. Wait, what do you mean, dealt with? Your silence is scaring me. How the wounded have been treated with potions, but unfortunately some of the soldiers have gone missing in the aftermath. I have confirmed with Ben Murray, so there's no doubt. My guess is that they have been abducted. I need you to stay out there and keep an eye on the lookout. Seriously, what's going on? Not only have our soldiers gone berserk, but now some have gone missing. I know my soldiers would never go on a rampage like that, but there's no way the victims are going to think that way. This could trigger a real war. We need to find out what really happened as soon as possible. I find it hard to believe that Tempest soldiers would commit such a horrendous act. That the fact that many Dragon soldiers have suffered injuries, on top of that the soldiers are panicking and they have been reports of a skimmage breaking out already. People could end up losing their lives. And I think it's safe to assume that an outside force was behind this, but this might be a good opportunity to see whether Rimuru has what it takes to be a good leader. It would be foolish not to intervene. It would result in an all-out war. I'm sure Dragon simply won't stay put. They have reigned too long as a neutral state with overwhelming military power to be taken a one-sided beatdown. In that case, I can't just stick around here. Are you serious? You're going to head to the battlefield yourself? Had any intentions of starting trouble? There's friction among the Tempest soldiers, so I'm going to take advantage of the situation and attack them myself. But this is supposed to be a drill? Well, that depends on how you interpret the word drill. I appreciate the concern, but I find your remark quite irrelevant. Who do you think I am? Please forgive me for my insolence. It may have been unexpected, but I'll use this to my advantage. We are heading to the front line. Hurricane's arrival. Meanwhile, at the front line, pillaged those treacherous Tempest soldiers. There's been some kind of mistake. Well, looks like they don't want to hear what we have to say. It's not like we have got anything to say to them, since we don't actually know what caused this. Gobta, remember, try not to harm them. This is a drill after all. No one's to break the rule, okay? It must be chaos out there on the front lines. I should probably head to the scene myself, but I still have to command the forces. But then again, I still have to find out what happened. Individual Benimaru. Let's do that. However, I recognize this to be the state of emergency and therefore advise you to transfer your weight of command to individual Benimaru. Further notice, it seems that the individual Gazelle has left the headquarters and is advancing. I guess we both think alike, but it will be too late for me to catch up now. On a large scale, I assume that they are preparing to capture one of your posts. Gazelle's exactly that kind of guy who would do that. He probably just sees this as a chance to turn the tables. How naive of you. Stop looking down on me like that. This is an ordeal that I need to overcome. If that's the case, then I'll handle them both. Can I ask you to take command of our troops? Could you brief me on the situation? I've got a general idea of the situation now, but seeing how things are, we'll have to keep a close eye on that Thalion is up to as well. In that case, you'll have to deal with Thalion as well. Can you handle it? Sure, this won't be a problem. We take command and try to fend off both armies while leading them towards the front lines. Don't forget to keep this post safe too. Next up, Haku, are you ready to move out? Heard about the skirmish that happened during the drill, right? Hold back in Gazelle until I get there. You want me to take on the Hyokin? Can you do that for me? That should buy some time. Let me head to the scene. I shall head out to the battlefield. It seems that both Gazelle and Rimu have made the move, so I should go there as well. I don't believe Rimu intends to turn against us. In other words, Dragon has proclaimed that the military drill is still going, so regardless of whoever caused the disturbance, we still need to focus on winning the game. Listen up, you're going to make an attack on the Tempest army right now. I shall head to the scene of the disturbance since Gazelle and Rimu are bound to get there eventually. Besides, it's our job to protect you. We must keep you safe at all costs. I can tell just by the amount of trust Gazelle puts in him, we can't afford to have something bad happen to you. Nothing bad will happen to me. Why does little Gazelle always have to be so competitive? I guess it's because he trusts Rimu enough to know that things are fine. We are not going to remain silent. It must be tough for Rimu, but I hope he can rise to the occasion. The scene where Tempest soldiers went berserk. Do you think you yourself would advance to the front line? Suddenly started attacking us with the intent to kill. Some of our men would have been mortally wounded if they had been careless. Provided us with potions to heal them. Because of that, all of us were unharmed. That's just because they healed us. We are supposed to forgive them. The barbaric acts. Blood has been spilled. Please allow us to fight back. I understand exactly how you all feel. However, I would assume that Rimu has no idea that this has happened. There must have been a reason behind this violence. I can't allow you to retaliate without hard evidence. Still, this is military drill. Let us anger and pain you have endured be healed by the sweet taste of victory when we win this drill. The sword only. Have you come to deliver a message from Rimu? So I would like you to wait here until then. I have just ordered my man to make an attack on Tempest. You yourself understand very well that unforeseen events are a part of war. Of course not. Everyone's staying back. I'll deal with him personally. I didn't come here to cross swords with you. You must have expected things to turn out this way, no? I suppose no general would ever halt simply because of the enemy said so. Although I may be friends with Rimu as the king of the military state, I cannot hold back during the war. Even if you were once my teacher, I will defeat you with everything. Emperor's arrival. You have still got much to learn on what's going on. I can't see any of the attacks. I see that your swordsmanship has improved again. That gives me great pride. You're as strong as ever. In fact, I think that you have gotten even stronger. Come now. We have still got so much to discuss with our swords. At the scene of the disturbance, should be holding Gazelle back. I hope the kin hasn't backed out of the fight. Basic investigation. Judging from how barren it is, it certainly looks like things got out of control. There's no way our soldiers would have started a riot. The only thing that could have caused this would be some sort of mind manipulation. Cast illusion magic on our soldiers. I think that's a possibility we can't discount. Soso's Dynasty Thalion. Are you Delden Thalion? All I'm saying is that it's a possibility that cannot be ruled out. Who dares calls herself Heavenly Emperor? Then I shall see to it that she is dealt with. We don't have any proof. Don't just assume that she's the culprit. Good person. I want to stay friends with her. And how shall we deal with it? Let's stop saying dealt with for now. Thalion soldiers are good at magic, but that goes for us as well, right? Just because it was probably caused by magic doesn't mean we can jump to conclusions, because I don't believe Elmisa would do something like this. I think it's more logical to consider that this is the work of an outsider. Anyone with suspicious manner among the soldiers participating? Seriously, not even you were able to look at the culprits? It's possible that they cast an advanced magic, therefore I shall see that they are dealt with. I haven't been able to detect the culprits with my mana sense. How could that be possible when it's magic that caused the disturbance? After all, we really want to avoid any serious conflict. Could this mana be? This mana is too distinct to be missed. It appears that the Heavenly Emperor has made her move. Also move in to attack just like Dragon. Still trying to go for the win. I had no idea that she was so aggressive. I understand exactly what you're implying. Please leave it to me. I'm counting on you. Don't overdo it, okay? That takes care of El Mesa. I just hope Diablo and Ho don't get into a conflict of their own. If I can't detect it through my main sense, that must mean I can feel a powerful force of mana approaching this way. It's Rumu's butler, after all. I still can't believe that he tamed this beast of a demon. Rather not have to deal with him. I've been ordered by Great Rumu to prevent the Thalion troops from advancing. Can't simply stop the drill just because our soldiers have been hurt. I'm sure it's all come as a surprise to you as well. So what are you implying? Not implying anything. I'm merely requesting that you halt. It does seem that you are unaware of what's really happened. Our soldiers went berserk because they were manipulated by someone's magic. That is Great Rumu's understanding. It's not so strange to assume that a Thalion soldier skilled in magic was behind all of this. I would have thought that Rumu had enough sense to know that we would never do such a thing. Well, you have dispatched your troops towards our post. Dragon has done the same, so it would be unwise to jump to the conclusion. If there's even the slightest possibility that you may try to harm Great Rumu, then that's enough of a reason for me to confront you. It's to be expected of a vessel. That's why you chose to get in my way. However, Great Rumu did give me explicit orders so I shall treat you with a little more care than I would others. Do you let us cut to the chase? Demon Lord's arrival. Back on the front line. That's quite the uphill battle. Perhaps taking you on by myself was beyond my capabilities. You're not giving me your all. Well, I have only been ordered to hold you back after all, but I guess this sword fight is almost coming to an end. Looks like he's trying to lead Gazelle somewhere as their fate, but where to? Someone of your caliber would have figured that out already. You'll need better aim if you really want to bring me down. But you seem to be particularly good at antagonizing people. Let me wipe that smug look off of your face. That's... What's this mean? This is bad. I guess they weren't aiming at us. That was quite the scare. It's way to see El Miza go out of her way to take care of something in person. We most likely ordered them to lead Gazelle here. In that case, he himself ought to arrive soon. I don't care what you're up to, you pose no threat to me. Glory to the Heavenly Emperor. And leave the rest to me. Long live King Gazelle. But these soldiers, it's like they are overly aimed up. Never mind that now. I guess the stage has been set. It's about time you arrived. That was quite the roundabout way of bringing me here. I didn't mean it to be like that. I had her drone me for a little bit of fun. After all, it would have been very boring if I simply escorted her here. But you needlessly picked a fight with her. There's something else I want you to do. I want you to team up with Wonga, find the culprit responsible for all of this, and bring them to me. Thank you for the information. I shall return as quickly as I can. The reason I'm here and the reason why you're both here too, I'm sure we all know what it is. Why did Tempest soldiers suddenly attack my soldiers? I believe that was a plot hatched by an outsider who's not from either of our three nations. To go find the culprit and bring them here. You didn't have the slightest intentions of betraying us. That doesn't really matter to me. That you are not the type that would revolt against us. Harm done to my soldiers has forced our troops to advance. When it comes to war, actions have consequences. Part of war, brace yourself. I plan on setting things straight with you, both of you. As the Chancellor of Tempest, I'll take you both on. That's your way of setting things straight. It's the only way to bring some kind of closure to this. I shall go all out too. This is my way of taking responsibility. What lies behind? Humph, those attacks are fierce, but I can barely defend myself. There's no time to think. Generally tell them how I feel, but I can't come up with anything sincere. Would you like to go into auto battle mode? Activating auto battle mode. He seems almost mechanical, but he's handling my attacks with precision. To buy himself some time again. How long can you last? We have no intention of going easy on you. You're a stubborn one. I'm starting to get bored. Meanwhile, I don't sense any kind of threatening presence. Perhaps they have already fled the force of Joe. Think about it. If its culprit's aim is to create a rift between the nations, they haven't done enough for that to happen yet. It seems that we need to do a bit of profiling and narrow down our suspects. Believes that the culprit may be someone with insignificant mana rather than someone with a powerful magic. Someone with powerful mana would be easy to identify. So what if the culprit was a weakling that we would never think of to suspect? Exactly as usual. Now then, Ranga, can you feel any faint traces of anything odd in the area? took part in the joint military drill between the three nations. It's just monsters, droves, and elves. I did smell the scent of a human on one person. Maybe this is the culprit. The magic is spreading steadily. I should be done soon. We finally found you. You are the one behind all of this disturbance, aren't you? And restrain. Just make sure you don't bait him too hard. There's a lot that we'll need to question him about. Just as we surmised, you had been confusing the soldiers with faint traces of magic, but I was told that this way I would never be caught. You're the one who sabotaged the drill. It's the country's fault for not recognizing me. They are both nations of fools who didn't recognize my greatness. But look at those other great nations now. They are panicking because of me. I'm a genius. I'm not very interested in your story. I have heard you confessing, and that's more than enough. So the soldiers will help in being controlled by him. So this is where the missing soldiers will. Now let me break the magic cast on them. Powerful unity. Back on the battlefield with Rimuru. Since Raphael bought me some time, I've been able to organize my thoughts. I didn't realize I was in such a tight spot. This one's gonna be heavy damage. Showed some hesitation just now, but still, I'm not losing so easily. I overcame a lot of adversity to become a demon lord. What is he saying? It's every rule's rule to protect the country. Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna win. But I also don't want to do this. I just want to get along with everyone. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want us to get hurt either. I just want to build a world where we can all get along. Why do you look so surprised? What kind of role model are you and to people you looking at like that? So why it wasn't deliberately started by Tempest, then there must have been some other reason behind it. We'll refuse to forgive you after hearing that speech just now. The same goes with Talion. I suppose that's just how much the people respect, the people trust Demon Lord. Seems that in addition to the hypnotic magic cast on Tempest, there was another magic that had put everyone in a mild state of frenzy. I have confirmed that this illusion magic has been dispelled by your passionate speech. The effects were so faint that I didn't even notice. We have brought you both the real copper and the missing soldiers. Welcome back. Not at all, Master. We could hear your speech from all the way back there. It was just as you guessed. Rimuru, this man cast a faint magic and let it spread, causing all the disturbance. We caught him before there were any casualties. I'm glad the matter's been settled. Looks like he's wearing some strange coast tool. Actually, it would be more accurate to say that someone put it on him. Subject's corpse is currently going through a metamorphosis. I believe that it will transform into a powerful magical beast. At least a calamity class. Maybe it was. No time to think, I just need to focus on taking it down. Just when I thought things had settled down, I can't have the soldiers panicking. Don't disgrace yourself in front of me like that. Calm down. Can't you see that Rimuru, the Heavenly Emperor, Elsmilda, and I are all here? That being said, it's torn into create a nasty piece of work. Allow me to discipline it for fun. I'm going to let you handle it on your own. Then what will you do? Let us slay it together in a sign of unity. This is what happens when you interrupt our drill.
tea party again. It may be strong, but we can take it down easily if we work as a team. I'd like to finish you off myself. Let great remove decide your fate. Thanks for leaving the best part for me. Swallowed up Beelzebub. It must be one of the new powers that he acquired as a demon lord. Not really. Wow, goodness, no need to be dramatic when the outcome was so obvious. It's only natural for them to be excited seeing the leader's fate on the front line. We'll probably need to discuss things another day, but I think that should settle it for now. Wait a second. I thought he had got swallowed up by the coast too and died. Why would you save someone like me? There's no need for you to die. After all, you were just being manipulated. I was being manipulated. We'll talk more after you have calmed down. I promise we won't harm you or anything. But guess what's going to happen to this magic soldier? He might be a newbie, but he's still a demon lord. We take our laws seriously. We make sure to take good care of our prisoners. Suppose that's what makes Tempest unique. That sort of purity is easy to lose sight of after ruling for many years. Watching the leaders duke it out led to an increase in soldierality amongst the soldiers. The guests for the tea party have arrived. Thank you for inviting me to this tea party. My pleasure. I'm glad you two accepted my invitation. I've gathered you here today so that we can review the joint military drill. I seriously didn't expect anyone to try to sabotage it like that. I've been more alert as well to be disrupted by a single human like that. Even when you think that you have got everything under control. We arrived way too late. From now on, I'll need you to be better prepared for all kinds of possible situations. We should feel lucky that it was only a drill. I guess it was a blessing in disguise. It was a good experience, and I hope we have more opportunities like this in the future. It was a good drill because I was able to recognize my own imperfections. I don't want to lose any more allies, so that's why I've made up my mind to join forces with the other nations. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.